This time, Islamic Secrets will reveal the story of the conversion to Islam, of a man covered in tattoos who discovered Islamic guidance while in prison. Pierre White Jr is a famous chef who has just been released from prison and revealed that he has converted to Islam, and his new religion has helped him get rid of drugs. Jr was released this week after a year in prison at HMP Bristol and Channings Wood Prison in Ogwell. Speaking exclusively, Jr, whose body is covered in tattoos, admitted, "More than £1 million has been wasted because of my addiction, but Islam has helped me through everything. I have been in rehab 17 times, and being in prison has made me realize that I have had enough of an impact on the darkness of the world," he continued. Marco's awareness began when he saw cinematography of other people praying and talking about Islam and the Quran. "In prison, I saw other inmates praying. I then listened to them talk about the Islamic community and the Quran, and I thought a lot of it made sense." From the beginning, he knew about Islam and tried to get to know Islam more deeply. He studied the Quran with the help of Muslim prisoners. After reading the Quran for some time, Pierre White's first child became increasingly interested in Islam and finally decided to become a convert. After converting to Islam, Jr always prayed 5 times a day. "I have realized how lucky I have been. I have seen all levels of society in prison, and some people have no chance in life, whereas I had every opportunity and I have thrown it all away," said Jr. "I could have done whatever I wanted, but instead I used heroin and ended up in prison. I have been stupid." This was a very impressive thing for Marco when he gathered prayers to Allah full of sadness and regret. "When I pray to Allah, I ask that my sins be forgiven and that He make me strong and protect me. I asked for my family to be safe, and everything came true," said Jr. "It's crazy how everything worked out for me. I believe it is a doctrine with prayers and my new religion, namely Islam." Additionally, the former drug addict has a 3-year-old daughter, Arabella Rose, with his ex-partner, and he said losing the year of his life while in prison also made him determined to never use drugs again. He said, "When I was in prison, I spoke to my daughter every day on the phone, and I always told her I was working. I don't let him visit me because I don't want him to see his father in prison. He would ask me, 'Dad, when are you coming home? Please come home.' And those words really broke my heart. I was devastated and cried every day. I told him, 'Daddy will never leave you again.' But when I came out last week, his face lit up when he saw me. He hugged me so tight and didn't let go. He closed his eyes and said, 'Dad, I don't want you to go anymore. He is truly the love of life. I can't let him suffer anymore.'" Marco's longing for his daughter when he was in prison also always sent a message to his son. "I write to my daughter and my mother every day to tell them how much I love them." Marco realized that the crime that finally imprisoned him was a pile of violations he had committed over several years, and he realized that this was a very good time to revitalize his life for the better and get rid of drugs. Marco admits that without prison and his father's support, he would have died or still be a drug addict. His father's support through a letter made him very strong in facing everything. In the letter, said Jr, his father told him that he loved and was proud of him. "Stay strong. Take care of yourself. Don't worry, we will get through this. You can come back to me, and I will take care of you," he wrote. Day by day, Marco passed it steadily, until the day of freedom arrived for him, and soon he would meet his daughter and father. Marco recalled, "If I hadn't gone to prison, I thought that would have been the end of the relationship between me and my father. I wanted to stay sober so he would be proud of me. I didn't want my father to see me out of prison and remember that his son was, once, an addict. I think I deserved this punishment. The way I behaved was disgusting and the crimes I committed were unimaginable. I completely forgot who I was when I used heroin. I thought this was my last chance to prove to him that I wanted to behave well. I don't want to mess up anymore." Let's pray that Pierre White Jr. remains steadfast in practicing Islam and can become a better person.